The Berlin Major has a few interesting storylines that we must be on the lookout for. The current champions Liquid, the hungry and dynamic Astralis looking to regain their top spot, the underdogs ENCE, and of course Vitality, the number 2 team in the world. For this video, however, our focus isn't going to be on any particular team, it's going to be on 2 wild gunslingers that are going to shake things up in Berlin. s1mple was ranked number 1 on HLTV. Surely he must have some sort of good origin story about where things began for him. His career did start off with a bang, or rather should we say a ban, as one fine day, the ESL wire anti-cheat detected something suspicious and handed him a 1-year ban on ESL tournaments. Well, to make matters worse, he tried to dodge that ban by playing on an alternate account, and of course he was caught and banned for yet another year. Obviously, this didn't stop him as he kept hustling by playing in non-ESL events, particularly in the CIS circuit early in 2014. He played for teams like Land Dodgers, Courage, Evolution, and even occasionally with Hellraisers. In fact, he even played DreamHack Winter in September 2014, where they beat Fnatic. This was a Fnatic at their prime form.
Picking Fnatic apart. Finally, there's a reply, but it's not enough. Hellraisers, they take first seat in the group over the favorites, Fnatic 16-14 victory.
He was also part of Flipside Tactics for a while, but because of the ESL ban, players like Davcost and CyberFocus often had to stand in for him. And while s1mple was a great player and an even greater sniper, his unavailability often proved to be a hindrance for teams that he participated with. He went inactive for a while, but obviously that wasn't for very long, because then he decided to compete without a formal organization behind him. s1mple refused to give up. And when his ban finally ended in 2016, he got the career that he had always dreamed of. While playing with Flipside as a stand-in, he'd become good friends with Hiko, who invited him over to the American circuit. He was then picked up by Team Liquid. He went on to play the semi-finals of the MLG Columbus Major and also the NA vs Europe All-Star match where he was crowned the MVP. The world was starting to see just how good s1mple really was. In August 2016, he came back to Ukraine and joined Na'Vi in place of Zeus. A couple of months and a few poor results later, Guardian left Na'Vi to join FaZe. C's left too. Zeus came back and a new star, Electronic, was roped in to form the Na'Vi that we now know, and the rest is history. He's played several tournaments for Na'Vi, he's been featured in the HLTV rankings numerous times and finally made it to the number 1 spot. But hold on, where was ZyWoo all this time? ZyWoo is a much younger player. At the time of making this video, s1mple was only 21 years old while ZyWoo is just 18. His first big break came around in 2017 when he started beating popular teams across Europe. And naturally, his abilities were so hard for people to digest. Well, they called him a cheater too. Forsaken.
Are you giving to everyone a running fucking headshot, you fucking onliner bitch?
He's not cheating, he's okay.
By that time, s1mple had developed a ton of experience, having played for multiple teams. He even played in a North American team and eventually went back to Na'Vi. Both these players were so good that they were both called cheaters. This seems to be a trend that happens every time a new breakout star appears in the Counter-Strike circuit. Except, ZyWoo was never really banned.
Why you bully me?
2016-17 were also the days when French CS was kind of in a slump. Gone were the legendary days of Titan and LDLC. So when the top tier players of the country decided to form Vitality, ZyWoo was an obvious choice. He was the young emerging talent that had the potential to become the next superstar. And ever since that happened, Vitality has shot upwards like a rocket. Not only have they re-established and revived their team, they've also reinforced the message that French Counter-Strike is a force to be reckoned with. Vitality currently stands as the second best team in the world according to the HLTV rankings. ZyWoo is dishing out phenomenal amounts of damage and regularly carries his team to victory, much like what s1mple does with Na'Vi. And yes, to the untrained eye, it does seem like their teammates can often weigh them down, but in reality that's just not the case. The fact is that those two players are just so damn good that they almost always outshine their players. And of course, when you've got superstars like s1mple and ZyWoo on your team, you'd be foolish to not play around them. And despite being crowned as the best player, s1mple himself has admitted that ZyWoo is the one that is closest to him in terms of raw skill. It seems like all the experience that s1mple has gained over the years is what puts him slightly ahead of ZyWoo, but that experience is a gap that can be bridged with time. So now as the Berlin Major begins, we have the best player in the world, s1mple, playing alongside his team Na'Vi in the new Legend stage. ZyWoo and Vitality on the other hand will have to fight their way up from the new Challenger stage to make it to the Legends. Though most people do expect Vitality to make it through to the next stage, the real question is, do either of these teams and players have it in them to go all the way? Can they make it past the ultimate boss, Team Liquid? Will they have what it takes to dodge all the surprises that ENCE throws at them? Or perhaps Astralis, who seem to be sitting quietly in the corner, will come out of their silence and dominate once again. Only time will tell who will win the Berlin Major.
If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and let us know in the comments what would you like to see next. Subscribe for more CSGO content. Thank you so much for watching and we will see you next time.